So without further ado, we're going to start off the evening handing out our activity letters. So I'll invite Mr. Davidson on out to start that process.
All right. Hello, all you cool cats and kittens. All right, these are the activity letters. So when I call your name, come on up and receive the pin or the bar that you got. Okay, the students who've received letters: Hillary Allen, Hannah Anderson, Ren Atkins, Marley Blakeman, Layla Christian, Elizabeth Thorman, Haley Hildal. Oh, yeah, I'll mention that at the end. Yeah, Elijah Jackson, CJ Job, Linus Johnson, Rosie Johnson, Carly Jones, Nick Caston, Emerson Kenny, Gus Lookingbill, Addison Melton, Justin Megling, Bailey Moore, Next Mountain, Gabriel Palmer, Phoenix Rubiak, Gretchen Schmitter, AJ Thompson, Aubrey Thompson Goodman, Keaton Wise, and Aaron Wooker. Special congratulations for 3 years of letter achievement for Elizabeth Thorman, Kaylee Hildal, and Aaron Wooker. And 4 years of letter achievement for Mr. Gus Lookingbill. Thank you.
One more round of applause for our activity letter recipients. So before we get into ITS inductions, we wanted to announce, pardon me one second while I fix the microphone, says the tech director. We wanted to just remind everybody about some things that happened this year, and also we want to recognize a small group of seniors. Doing theater at Hickman takes a lot of time, and there is a possibility between doing a main stage show, which we do 4 of a year, or a readers, which is part of competitive theater, acting in Act 2 and directing, or one acts, which we did for the last time in 2022. There's a possibility of doing 20 productions that are all of those things. And we have 3 seniors who have participated in a very large number of those. And if you look on the back of your program where the seniors are listed, there is a number by their names if they have participated in, there's 2 sets. There's like a 1 if it's whatever it is, and 2, I don't remember the numbers, I even typed it. But I do need to apologize to Elizabeth Dorman though, because the number inadvertently got left off, so she should have a number 2 next to her name. But the 3 seniors that we have that we want to recognize participated in at least 15 out of the 20 productions. So, having participated in 15 out of those 20 productions is Aubrey Thompson Goodman. And then we have Jordan Reeves, who participated in 17 productions. 14 of those were main stage shows, and 3 of those were readers and 1 acts. And then we have 1 student who participated in all 16 main stage shows and did readers 1 year as an acting 2 student, and that is Aaron Wooker. And just as a side note, to all of our seniors who have participated in any number of shows, we so appreciate your time and effort that you put in to allow us to produce some pretty darn good theater, as I'm looking at Girling here. So thank you. The other thing that we want to announce and remind everybody is that we went to International Thespian Society, Mo Thespians Conference in January, and there are many opportunities at this theater conference for students to be adjudicated or to compete in tech events. And so I wanted to let you know, some of you, and most of you already know this, but we just want to be public about it and announce that we had students who did really well. So we have individual events, which are things like solo musical or a group number or duet acting or things like that. And we had 2 groups, one a solo and one a duet, that received an excellent rating. So they're rated based on their performances by judges who are theater teachers in the state. Aubrey Thompson Goodman received an excellent rating in solo musical. And we also had Elias Hannah Cole and Carly Jones, who received an excellent rating for their duet acting scene. We had one duo of Gabe Palmer and Jordan Reeves, who did a duet musical, and they received a superior rating, which qualifies them to attend the national conference if they so chose. And just as a side note, superior is the top rating you can receive, excellent is just right below that, and then there's some others below that. So the fact that any student who gets an excellent or above that's a testament to the amount of time and effort they have put in performing that piece. So it's really, really wonderful. We had an improv intensive team go and compete, and that team consisted of Marley Blakeman, Gus Looking Bill, Julia Phillips, and Cass Pruitt, and they received an excellent rating. Woo. We also take a tech challenge team every year. That's a little bit near and dear to my heart. It's a tech relay competition that's timed events, and they competed in 4 events this year. It was props shift, cable coiling, costume quick change, and folding a drop. And that team consisted of Hillary Allen, Max Duncan, Rosie Johnson, Carly Jones, and Andrew Reed. They placed, out of 37 teams across the state, they placed 6th. And while that number might not be 1, 2, or 3, the time difference between the top 6 teams was super close. So 6 doesn't mean anything. They did really, really well. But, however, the cable coiling team, which is a full team event, all 5 students had to participate, they were 2nd in the state. And finally, there's an event that happens as often as they can find a director, but typically every 2 years, and that is the all-state show. So this year, students auditioned to be a member of that show. Next year at conference, they will get to perform. I think Gabe, Taylor, Addison, how many were cast? Was it like 16 or something like that?
More than that.
That were actually cast. However, we had 3 students who actually were selected to be a participant in the all-state show next year. Doesn't happen very often for very many schools. So we definitely want to honor and congratulate Taylor Lee, Addison Melton, and Gabe Palmer. Okay, that is it for our announcement stuff. We're going to turn it back over to Mrs. Girling for ITS inductions.
Invite the QB Stage Players officers to join me on stage, please. Before we get started with the induction, I want to take a moment to introduce our QB Stage Players officers. Our QB Stage Players is our theater club that meets every other week, and these 5 individuals have led that club throughout this school year. So we have our president, Addie Cruz, historian, Carly Jones, Stu Guthrop, Gabe Palmer, Secretary Marley Blakeman, and Vice President Hillary Allen. They'll be helping me out this evening do the induction ceremony for International Thespian Society. If you're unfamiliar with International Thespian Society, it is an honor society for theater students, and theater students earn points based on their involvement in high school theater throughout their high school career. They can be inducted any year. So this evening we actually have individuals being inducted who are seniors as well as juniors, sophomores, and freshmen. They just have to earn enough points to be able to do that. So away we go. We're gonna start, I'm gonna start by handing it over to Addie to begin the ceremony.
Friends, it is a pleasure to welcome you here to share in the induction of 25 members into Hickman High School's troop number 5568 of the International Thespian Society. Through hard work, sacrifice, and dedication, the candidates have earned the right to be called thespians. It is a title of honor, signifying a commitment to an art as old as humanity. Commitment to theater is what the International Thespian Society is all about. The society was established in 1929 by a group of college and high school teachers in Fairmont, West Virginia. They named their organization for Thespius, the Greek who, according to legend, was the first actor. Their guiding principle was a dedication to excellence in theater arts in secondary schools. In the 95 years since, the society has grown into an international organization with more than 1 million members, but its goals haven't changed. The International Thespian Society still strives to make education and arts programs places for good theater and to honor those students who do theater well. The society is a service as well as an honorary organization. We join here for a rite of renewal and celebration.
For 20,000 years, we humans have had what we call impossible dreams. Space travel, time travel, telepathy, to live others' lives, to raise the dead, to create living creatures, to live forever, eternal youth, unity with our fellow humans. Philosophers and spiritualists have used magic, alchemy, intellect, voodoo, and physics in quest of these goals. Some have been attained by science, some still evade us, some even science calls impossible. And yet, for all these thousands of years, we have already possessed those treasures, wherever there was an empty space, a poet, actors, and an audience, in theater. Space travel, the bare stage behind me with a few words and a pantomime skill becomes the surface of the moon or the center of the earth. On this stage, we can be in Arabia or Iceland, Okinawa, Elsinore, Brigadoon, Oklahoma, the South Pacific, or our town. Time travel? On any evening, afternoon, or early morning, we can return to ancient Egypt, classical Greece, imperial Rome, Elizabethan England, the France of Joan of Arc, California in the Gold Rush, or in one play travel from Cairo to Paris to Istanbul to Washington, D.C. Raise the dead? In any or all of these times or places, people live again. Sir Thomas More, Henry David Thoreau, Emily Dickinson, Mark Twain, Elizabeth herself, plus 1 million casual strangers some playwright met or liked or despised and wondered about centuries ago.
But we do not merely watch these people, uncomprehending as tourists. At those moments when real living people would stand stuttering, stammering, or trembling with illiterate rage, these fascinating people open their mouths and speak their thoughts aloud. Hamlet comes on and in 10 works speaks the tormenting choice that underlies the ecstasies and agonies of every adolescent. Frankie Adams comes on and articulates the confusions and discoveries that mark the end of childhood. King Lear screams the anger of old age, and Eliza Doolittle, happily awake in bed, peeks from under the covers and confides in us that she could have danced all night. But excuse me, there never was a Hamlet, a Frankie Adams, a king called Lear, nor an Eliza Doolittle. And yet they have appeared alive and joyous in literally thousands of places. Simultaneously, on 100 stages at once around the world, these absolute hallucinations recur. We have seen the creation of life so often, we have forgotten it as a miracle. Telepathy? It's telepathic travel in the minds of geniuses through ancient and imaginary lives of forefathers and phantoms for all eternity. What are the scientists and the statesmen troubling themselves for? Aren't they sitting there in the dark beside us as we all, side by side, rank on rank? People who might not even be willing to talk to one another outside the theater, laugh together and gasp together, and are not even ashamed to cry because we can hear that others in the dark around us are crying. Isn't it another kind of mind reading, a growing together of spirits that makes 2,000 people laugh simultaneously at the silliest slapstick joke? These incredible treasures are everywhere. Everywhere that there is an empty space, a poet, actors, and an audience. When they ask you, what is theater for? Simply tell them, it does what every other field of human endeavor is struggling to do.
During the 6th century before Christ, one of the writers of tragedy who won the approval of the priest at the festival of Dionysus was Thespian. About 535 BC, a new dimension was added to drama when Thespian, a prominent leader of the chorus, stepped from that ground and recited portions of the drama alone, thereby becoming the first actor. We also believe that it is he who first used masks so that a person could portray more than one part. In honor of this early Greek playwright, all actors are called thespians. In his honor, we are the International Thespian Society. We have as our emblem the two masks of comedy and tragedy etched in the colors of gold and blue, bound together with the Thespian T. Wearers of this emblem should remember that it represents a proud and dignified heritage, and that this heritage is now entrusted to us.
We'd now like to invite all of our inductees up to the stage, and we'll start with our first inductee. Come up and get your items, and then head all the way stage left. And please all stay up here, and I'll let you know when you can go back to your seats. Mukumbozi Denyi. Teeny Frank. Cal Fox. CJ Job. Brooke Morgan. Emmett Perkis. He's traveling a distance. Madison Shed. Deasia Bailey. No, Deasia. Okay. Kathleen Carnahan. Layla Christian. Oh, there's Deasia. Kaylin McAllister. Audrey Onken. Jack Reed. Everett Cerna. Ren Atkins. Clara Dykehouse. Nathan Hogger. I know Nathan couldn't be with us tonight. Ollie Hoyt. There's Ollie. so sorry. Our next person is sick tonight, but let's give him a round of applause. Elijah Sparks. Blake Strode. Scarlett Strode. AJ Thompson. And our final inductee is Keaton Wise.
I now ask all new members of Thespian Troop number 5568 to stand and say the pledge and repeat after me. I promise to uphold the aims and ideals of the International Thespian Society. I am a student of theater and excellence is my ideal. I promise to perform my part as well as I can. To accept praise and criticism with grace. To cooperate with my fellow thespians. And work for the good of the troop. And to share my love of theater. Congratulations and welcome to the International Thespian Society. Always remember our motto, which comes from Alexander Pope's essay on man, act well your part, there all the honor lies.
Thank you all. You can head back to your seats.